Hi everyone, it's Lewis here. My camera software's updated and it's all a bit weird, so I just had to fiddle around with it a bit, so hopefully everything works alright. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I've not said that before, but I quite like it. I saw a film today. I saw Fast X or Fast 10 in IMAX, and I've never seen a Fast and the Furious movie before. When they started in about 2001, I think, they were about car racing and that. It didn't really appeal to me. I didn't watch as many movies back then as I do now. And then as they went on and became more just action movies with cars in, it just didn't really interest me that much. And then I just think I only have so much room in my life for franchises and series and stuff. So I just kind of went. It's when I just, do you know what? I can't really bother with it. And I think over there is an element where people kind of disregard these movies and go, oh, they're just rubbish and whatever. And I think probably I've been of that mindset in the past, but I think I'm a bit more open about things I watch these days. Not everything I watch needs to be some kind of high class arty thing. And you can do movies that are just general entertainment movies, but they can still be done well. So as long as it's good and enjoyable, then I'll watch it. And sometimes even if it's not. So yeah. So my good friend MJ Dixon, he said to me, Lewis, you should go see this movie or something like that. I can't remember. We have a lot of conversations. And then I thought, yeah, okay. I wasn't going to, but then I had the same thing last year with Michael Bay's Ambulance, and I used to be like, oh, Michael Bay's rubbish, don't like him. And I thought, no, I won't bother going to see his film. It's not for me. And I caught it right at the end of its run, and I thought it was great. Really enjoyed that. And yeah, I think this is a similar kind of thing. So I went to see this today in the IMAX, and I went to an afternoon screening, and there was two other people in there, and it was fantastic. Like that scenario, not the film itself. I'll get to that. But yeah, the big question is, did I enjoy it? Yeah, it was alright. It's very unlike me to go and see a sequel without having seen any of the previous ones. That's not my kind of thing at all. But as the old American dad joke would say, like, how else can you follow such a highly cerebral storyline? But I thought I'll pick it up. I know everyone is. I've kind of seen the trailers for these movies for years. Every time they've come out, I've kind of just followed the story. I know it normally goes, the villain in one becomes part of the group in the next one. I'm not going to say the F word or any F words. But yeah, no spoilers in this, by the way. But yeah, so I kind of follow the stories. I've watched some videos like people have done on YouTube about these movies and that, so I kind of have an idea of what's going on. And there was a few bits in this where I was like, how's that person related to that person? Not quite sure, but you don't need to know. You go along with it and you follow it. In my mind, when I started watching it and before I went in, I was thinking this might be like some of like the Bollywood movies that I've watched, where it's really like over the top action, but you just go with it because it looks cool, and it's fun, and I'm fine with that. And this probably isn't on the same level as some of the Bollywood films I've watched, but because this is like the first part of 2 or 3 movies, they've not been quite clear on that. I feel like they were holding back a little bit. Not to say there isn't a lot of crazy action in this one, but yeah, so. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. For what it is, kind of thing. I like the cast a lot. It's one of the ones where I saw who was in the movie and I know who's in the previous movies, but every like 20 minutes someone appears and I go, oh yeah, I forgot they were in this, or I didn't know they were in this, and I won't spoil any bits and pieces. There was a whole bit with like Ludacris's character and Tyrese Gibson's character and a couple of others, and they just had this whole thing going on where they were somewhere else, and that bit I didn't like. Whenever that came on screen, I was just like, oh, let's skip over this, will you? I get it, they're wacky comedy duo, but yeah, but everyone's giving it some. Jason Momoa is the new addition, and as my good friend MJ Dixon said to me, he's basically playing the Joker if he was Hawaiian instead of a clown, and not that Hawaiian people can't be clowns, they can do whatever they want. And yeah, totally get that. He's a bit kind of gay, he's a bit kind of fancy and a bit crazy, and he's definitely doing like Heath Ledger's Joker quite a bit. And yeah, it was quite entertaining, it's quite amusing. There's a few other people in it I really like. Daniela Melchior from the Suicide Squad, and most recently Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is in it. I really like her. I think she's really good. Alan Ritchson from Reacher, and also previously played Aquaman in Smallville. So there's 2 Aquamans in this movie. That's probably never happened before unless they've done a movie together. So that's something noteworthy. Yeah. So there's a few faces in it that pop up that I really like. I like John Cena. I like Brie Larson. So yeah, I was having a pretty good time with all that. I think it's like 2 hours 20 minutes, and it felt pretty pretty breezy. You know, I didn't really think I was there for a long time. I didn't feel like it. I think they've got a good balance now of like not letting you get bored. So like when it starts off and it's all, you know, fast paced and action and stuff, and then there's some little bits with like them all talking and that, and I kind of went, getting a bit bored now, and they went, don't worry, here you go, here's some more action. I went, thank you very much, Louis Leterrier, for doing that. So yeah, I think it was pretty enjoyable. I think if you like these movies, you know what to expect. It's more of that basically, and yeah, for me, like I say, my first time watching one of these, and yeah, you know, I followed it well enough and I enjoyed it. I may go back and watch them. So when the next one comes out, if that's next year or the year after, I don't know. They're all streaming all the time on something, so maybe I'll watch them in bits and pieces over the next year or whatever. It's not going to be one that I'm going to watch every week, I don't think. I did think about watching them before this one came out, but I just didn't have the time. Well, I did, I just chose not to spend it that way. But yeah, maybe I'll watch them, so the next one comes around, I'll be well into it, and I'll be a Fast and the Furious guy. I'll be one of them guys. But yeah, it was pretty cool seeing it in IMAX as well. I should say that works for it quite well. I'd say just see it on the biggest screen you can, so you can be like, whoa, look at all that stuff going on, and yeah, that was what I was like. There's only two other people in there; they couldn't hear me. Anyway, I haven't got anything funny to say to sign off with, so thanks for watching. Goodbye.